Oh man, I can't wait. I'm going to go to Target and Walmart and buy every freaking one of these Fist Ninjas. I'm going to build me an entire arm. Wait, what? Wait, sorry. These are not going to be in Target? No, they're going to be on clearance at Target, right? They're not. They're not going to be at Walmart? Son of Hey YouTube, what goes on? And welcome back to Disavowed Action Figures, bringing you another action figure review. Today, taking a closer look at the Marvel Legends, the Mindless one, Marvel Knights, the Fist Ninja. Okay, a little bit of insider baseball if you're new to my channel. So when the first Hand Ninja came out from the Stiltman wave, I built one hell of an army of those ninjas, of those hand ninjas. I loved them. I got into a whole thing. I wanted them for a Daredevil display. Got all into it. And I bought a lot of them. I bought a lot of them. And as you know, I do toy hunts on this channel. I was getting a lot of comments, people saying, I'm buying up all of the hand ninjas and I'm buying their hand ninjas. But these people were from other states. Like a guy from Arizona was like, you bought my hand ninja. And I was like, I live in Pennsylvania, bro. So it's kind of an ongoing joke now with my friends in the community and other viewers that I was buying everybody's hand ninjas. Well, now here I am picking up the Fist Ninja. This came in from Amazon just today. It was an Amazon purchase. Very excited to have it. Window packaging is back. We get the window again, which is freaking awesome. So pumped to have that back in a Build-A-Figure series. But here's the thing. Evidently, these will not be in big box locations. They will evidently not be in Target, evidently not be in Walmart. These are more or less going to be online retailers only, from what I understand. I would assume maybe some comic book stores that are brick and mortar. So literally what you're looking at is not getting these down to a clearance price. I've heard a lot of theories as to why that's the case. I've heard that this is not tethered to any sort of movie or TV show. Therefore, they couldn't get the shelf space or didn't want the shelf space at Target and Walmart. I heard that, could have been intentional because of the fact that figures have been clearancing so quickly in big box locations that Hasbro wanted to see how this sold, doing it full price online only. I don't know. I don't know the answers. I'm just a guy who likes toys and makes videos. So let me know in the comments what you heard. But this has been a pretty long intro looking at this thing spin. Let's take a closer look at what's inside. This is the Build-A-Figure Mindless one. I am so pumped. I needed this for the Mindless one. Such a cool freaking figure to be building. We also get the two hands that are gripping hands, two fisted hands on the buck itself. We do get this weapon right here. We get a sword, and we get this really cool skeleton head, which is going to pop on here, which is the big difference, I would think, between this and the original original hand ninja. So if you're new to the channel, what we'll do is we'll rip it out of the packaging. We'll basically move it around a little bit, check out the aesthetics, and then my favorite thing to do is to compare it to other figures in my collection. And I'm kind of putting the cart ahead of the horse here. Here we go. The read up on the back reads, rebuilt by Matt Murdock and Elektra, the Fist is a team of ninjas on a mission to take down the Dark Order, known as the Hand. So the Fist is basically fighting against the Hand. I've read this entire Daredevil run. It's freaking amazing. Check it out. I think it just finally tied up and they relaunched Daredevil, the new #1. Loved the series, but I'm not here to talk about the comic book. Go read it if you want to. Let's get this guy out of the packaging. And also here is the cross sell for the Mindless one. If you want to build the Mindless one, you need 6 figures. Iron Man, Blade, Lady Bullseye, Luke Cage, the Fist Ninja, and Clea. And then Daredevil is the 7th figure that does not come with a back piece. Here is the Fist Ninja with everything he comes with. You can see big, chunky Build-A-Figure pieces. That's already a difference because in the other one, we had the Army Builder legs for Stiltman, which allowed you to build a giant Stiltman. Here, we're getting different hands and a slightly less amount of weapons, but we are getting the additional awesome-looking skeleton head. So the other one, which I can show you right here, the original Hand Ninja, came with those kind of open hands, as far as like the wide open hands, and then the gripping hands came default on here, and then had 2 of these weapons right here, and the one sword with the Stiltman legs in the back. Here we are getting just one of this right here, which does look different than the others. We are getting 2 gripping hands, but then we're on the figure, we're actually getting 2 punching hands. Then on top of that, we're also getting the sword right here. Sword came out looking, okay. I'm not a sword connoisseur, but for a figure, it's good enough for me. And then this is probably, to me, the best part about what comes with this figure that's a change, this awesome skull head. No, the jaw does not open and close. A lot of people were wondering, will the jaw be allowed to actually have like an articulation point? It does not. It does not move up and down, but it does fit in there okay. So looking forward to kind of having that posed up with this. And in fact, what you can do is, that actually comes out which I didn't expect it to do. Check that out. I didn't know that. That skull pops right out of the hood. So actually, you can just have the skull on there without the hood if you'd want to. And you can see there, again, no articulation on... Actually, wait, hang on. Maybe a little bit? No. I'm just betting it's a soft plastic. I'm probably breaking it right now. So it's not on a hinge that I can tell. But again, just tucks right back in to have a hood or not have a hood, whatever you choose to do. Then it also comes with these giant Build-A-Figure pieces for the Mindless one. I'm pumped to build the Mindless one. Technically, it is an army builder, and from what I've been told, what I've read and seen, I think some interviews with Dan Yoon and other guys on the team, they basically alluded to the fact they might do a deluxe figure of the Mindless one down the road. So if you don't want to put out the money to army build this now by buying the wave multiple times, then you can wait and probably get it as a deluxe figure or a 2-pack or whatever it is they decide to do. So having looked at the accessories, take a closer look at the figure itself, then we'll move them around and do comparisons to other figures. All right, so I have the original Hand Ninja on standby to do some hand-to-hand comparisons. This came out good. You know, we basically have a very nice looking texture right here that is on the gloves and also on the forearm. I like that we get the fist patch on the shoulder to help differentiate between the fist and the hand. We do get 2 offsetting colors. We get the gray with the red here, which again is different than the other figure. Again, I'm noticing right now for the first time that compared to the other Hand Ninja, they don't have that bandolier or that strap around the chest to hold the sword. That's something they took out. The eyes and the face came out looking okay. Again, a lot of reuse here, obviously, that we get in the back, more texture across the back. Also, something that's going to be different is the fact that we do have on the basically this section here, on the original figure, we did have the tie around the waist. For the robe here, we basically have this piece that comes down the front and the back with a different type of belt on it. Also, we get some storage, not actually storage, but, you know, some sculpted on storage and pockets or things here and pouches on the actual figure itself that came out looking okay. But again, we gained some things, we lost some things. Here they are both in hand, taking a close look right away. So you can see the differences right away. As I mentioned, this free-floating piece is no longer here. They just kind of put on this molded piece. It looks to me like these are both reused, just painted differently. Obviously, the hands are different because we have the wraps on the hands, or these are just the bare hands right here. Again, they are both pinned. Neither one is pinless. You can see the pins in the legs, pins in the arms. So no pinless technology with these, a lot of reuse. Looks like the hoods are the same. Looks like the faces underneath, I think, are pretty much the same. The eyes are a different color. They're more white over here. These look more like a gray to me in the light that I'm looking in right now. Obviously, a brighter red going on over here. But again, a lot of reuse. The legs seem to be pretty much the same kind of folds going on there. As far as the back is concerned, again, the back seems to be the same. The folds, I believe, look to be, well, they're a little different, actually. Look right here. That doesn't quite, yeah, the folds seem different. So it looks like a different texture here on this upper piece going on. And again, you're going to have this part of like the lower skirt part, whatever you want to call it, of the upper robe comes down a little further. You know, it's obviously going to cover up the butt. Over here, we get this covering up the butt here. So again, a lot of reuse, but also some different things. I like how we got that insignia on the shoulder. But again, I'm digging them either way. They look pretty cool. All right, so articulation, the shoulder will go all the way around. There is a butterfly joint going on right here. It will go up about 90, upper bicep cut going on right there. We have a double jointed pinned elbow. It is pinned. The hand will rotate all the way around. It is on a horizontal hinge for the punching hand, at least. As far as, again, the butterfly looking pretty good right there. Head will rotate all the way around. Won't look down very far because of the hood. Won't look up really at all. Not going to get really any attitude out of it either. You do have the articulation going on up here in the torso. It is not on a waist cut, so this will not rotate at the torso because you do the articulation up here instead. Foot will kick, leg will kick that far forward. Leg will kick pretty far back right there. Upper thigh cut going on. Again, pins in the knees. Double jointed pin knee will go about back that far back. We do have a boot cut going on. Foot will go down about that far. Foot will go up not very far at all unless you really force it. Splits about that far out on the splits. He'll look down about that far. He'll look back about yay far right there. So again, pretty much the same articulation from what I could tell that was on the other figure, on the original Hand Ninja. But again, it looks cool, looks different. I just like the patch. I like when you have the patches on different figures, whether it's Hydra, whether it's Shield, or whoever it might be. Came out really cool. And to me, the coolest part is the alternate head. So let's go right ahead and get that out of the way right away. So again, what we're going to see here is going to be that the skull, as I mentioned before, is a free piece that will come out of the hood like so. So we can actually pop this right onto the joint like that, and you can basically get a look at him without actually having the hood on at all. That will obviously rotate all the way around as well. It will look up a little bit, down a little bit, not a whole lot. And then you can just take that hood, if you want to, pop that hood right on there and have him hooded as well. Wearing that, you can kind of get it set it back a little further on the chin to see the eyes better. And I'm digging it. I think it looks pretty cool. I think this gives you obviously a lot of different display options if you are going to army build these, that you can basically have different looks where you have the actual head with the human head underneath. You could have just the skull, or you can have the skull with the hood over top. So right there you have 3 different options and looks for this army builder. And something else cool worth pointing out that I didn't catch right away, there's actually storage for the sword. So you can actually use this little hole right here, slide the sword right in, and you do get storage for that sword. So if you wanted to have a punching hand, and then have basically the other hand holding the actual weapon, you could do that. And then something else I did want to check really quickly while I'm thinking about it here is whether or not we could actually pop in the Hand Ninja hands and replace the fist with those. So let's do this. Let's pop off from the Hand Ninja that hand. We'll pop this off over here and see how that looks on camera. And again, you'd probably want to do this for both, right? You wouldn't want to have a gloved hand, but check it out. That looks fine. So just like this one over here, it has that going on in the forearm, but you could, if you wanted to, have that regular hand there. Now, you do have a skeleton head. So again, you're probably going to want to maybe keep the wraps on, but if you wanted to have regular hands with the skull head, you could absolutely do that while you have that, that sword right there stored. So I feel like the obvious comparison, which we already kind of made, is comparing the Fist Ninja to the Hand Ninja. So here you're getting the Hand Ninja that came again with that Stiltman Build-A-Figure, now with the Mindless one for the Fist Ninja. And again, these look cool. Technically, they're on warring sides, from what I understand. I'm just trying to peek again at little things that could be different. It looks like the boots, I think, are the same. Again, just different color. The feet, I think, look the same. Again, I'm not too much of a technician when it comes to comparing these things, but they look pretty similar. It almost looks like there's more folds maybe on those feet than these, but again, it's kind of hard to tell. It just could be the fact that that's a brighter colored paint than this is. I think they're the same. And again, looking here at the elbow parts, you have this kind of like rope going on underneath. You do also have that here right along the peg in the arms. So again, as I mentioned, there's reuse here, but to me, this is a really smart reuse because if you read this comic, you're going to want a bunch of these, and that's a good way to get another figure out that people really enjoy. Here's a comparison to some other recent army builders put out by Marvel Legends, as well as a unique army builder or character. Here are the S.H.I.E.L.D. and Hydra female army builders from Hasbro Pulse, as well as the SDCC Marvel Legends exclusive Hydra Bob figure hanging out. So again, sizing up relatively well on your army building shelf. Here are some more Marvel Legends comparisons, keeping inside the Daredevil universe. Here is the Elektra Daredevil figure that came out in the retro-carded Spider-Man wave. She is a very prominent part of that Daredevil comic book run, working with Matt Murdock to form the Fist. And also here is the Hasbro Pulse exclusive on that awesome Toad Buck for Daredevil Matt Murdock. I did not order the Matt Murdock Daredevil from this particular wave. It did not come with a Build-A-Figure piece. So I'm going to be patient on that one and see. Oh, I'm sure I'll cape eventually. But again, these three definitely having that iconic Daredevil look to them for sure. Here it is compared to some other Skull army builders. Here is the Golden Axe skeleton from the original 2-pack, as well as a Mythic Legion Skull army builder figure that I picked up a few years ago, and I'm pretty happy to have in the collection, especially around spooky season for Halloween when he's fighting Ash with the Army of the Dead. Here is the Fist Ninja from Marvel Legends compared to the G.I. Joe Classified Blue Ninja. That was, I believe, an Amazon exclusive, and also the G.I. Joe Classified originally released Red Ninja, which Hand Ninja and Red Ninja I will often confuse on camera. I'd be shocked if it didn't happen in this video already. Here is the Fist Ninja compared to some other lines, the Mezco Toys John Constantine figure and the NECA Ultimate Elf figure. Here is the Fist Ninja by Marvel Legends compared to that big Mother Fragger Lobo from the DC Multiverse McFarlane toys, and the Super Mario Brothers Jazzwares release from the recent movie line. And last, and as everybody loves to say, certainly not least, here is the brand new Marvel Legends Mindless One Marvel Knights The Fist Ninja, staring off with the AEW Jazzwares Unrivaled Orange Cassidy. You know, Orange is just kind of staring into his soul through those just eyeball sockets, and he's thinking to himself, I want to play with that sword. All right, everybody, my closing thoughts on the new released Marvel Legends, Marvel Knights, The Fist Ninja is that this thing is pretty freaking awesome. Again, from what I understand, and correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, we will not be seeing this at Target or Walmart. I believe it's online retailers only, as well as maybe some brick and mortar comic book stores, I would think. It's pretty freaking awesome. I mentioned earlier my affinity for the Hand Ninja. I army built it. The fact that this comes with the Mindless One's pieces is one thing that really turned me on to wanting this figure. I definitely want to build the Mindless One. I have 4 of the 6 figures in hand right now. Still waiting on Blade and Clea to come in sometime soon from Big Bad Toy Store or Amazon. But again, you get some decent accessories here. I like the alternate skull head. I love the fact that the hood actually comes off of it. I didn't know that. I thought it was going to be glued inside. The sword's fine. The weapons are fine. Again, you do get the gripping hands and the fisted hands this time around, as opposed to having the kind of like stretched out open hands and the clutching hands at that point. So I'm digging it. It's cool. I made the joke earlier about army building these. I will probably need at least a couple of these in my collection. I'm definitely not going like 12 deep or anything like that, because I doubt they're going to be on a very cheap discount anywhere anytime soon. But definitely stay tuned for more reviews from this particular wave, and definitely for me to build the Mindless One as soon as all the parts are in hand. Thank you for watching, everybody. If you're new, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It's free for you. It doesn't cost you anything, and it helps us grow the channel tremendously and march to 5,000 subscribers. While you're at it, go ahead and click that bell for notifications. That way, YouTube actually notifies you and tells you when we post new content here at the channel, like our weekly toy hunts, reviews, and live streams. Leave a comment down below, hit that like button, and for daily toy content and daily toy updates, try checking us out over at Instagram and Twitter at Disavowed_12. Hey, everybody, if you're going toy hunting this week, please try to remember the 3 Ps of the toy hunt. Patience, persistence, most of all, politeness. Take care, stay healthy. I'll be seeing all of you at the pegs.